Well, I'm gonna build a small patio here, and I'm gonna have to core this out. And put base rock in, and then eventually we'll be laying paving bricks in this area. So we've already got the paving bricks on the job site. I've got a dump truck sitting out in the street waiting for me. There's the 12-foot mark right there. So we'll be 12 foot wide and approximately 30 feet long. Okay, I'm headed to my project with the tool cat to do some excavating. Okay, I started coring out. We got one truckload hauled off already. Looks like we're going to have 3 more. Okay, most of this area is dug out. I still got that pile down there on the end to clean up, and it'll be cored out. Going along real well. One more load, looks like we'll have it. Poured out. Got some cleanup to do out on the end there. Down here on this end. The next step is to put in the base rock. Okay, I got 21 ton of rock delivered, and I'm ready to start putting the base in. Got my son over here busting up concrete chunks, because we're just going to leave them in there. But we had a little section here that was to help prevent our tires dropping off into the mud, and we got that cleaned up. And so it's time to start laying some base rock and getting some compacting done. Now, I use a jumping jack compactor. And the reason I use a jumping jack compactor is because you can compact up to 4 inches of rock. This is a Whacker brand. It's a good one. And it'll beat it down good and tight. So what we'll do is we'll add rock to the hole here, and then we'll add a little water to it to help hold it together and compact it down. We'll add another 4 inches, and each 4 inches is called a lift. So let's get her done. First lift is in. Now, if you're going to do this, I recommend getting a concrete pole. Some people call it a come-along. It's a lot easier to rake the rocks and the lime at the same time. If you use a regular rake, like a garden rake, you separate the large rocks and you end up with this. Big rocks up on top and the lime down in the bottom. So you want to be careful that you keep your lime mixed up with your big rocks, because that's what makes for a solid base. You can see right here, that's compacted that quite a bit with just one pass. And that's why I prefer to use a jumping jack as opposed to a plate compactor. Plate compactor will get it a lot flatter, a lot smoother, a lot quicker, but it won't get it as tight. So you can see he's having to run that at an angle to stay up on top of it. These things are easy to control. And this is the first time he's ever run one of these, so he's learning real quick. The first lift is in and compacted, and my son is currently compacting the second lift. And the second lift actually ends right here, because we had to shut the machine down and let it cool down so that it would continue to run. So it's cooled down and we're running it again. Like I said, we got the second lift started, and I've still got about 10 ton of rock left, so hopefully it'll be enough. I have to come up to this line right here with my rock, because my bricks are 2 3/8 inch thick, and that is approximately 3.5 inches thick. So I need an inch of sand on top of that, of my base rock, and once that's in, I'll get some screed poles, we'll put our sand in, and we can start laying bricks. Just in case you're wondering what I'm using to put this in, it's a Bobcat tool cat. This machine has 4-wheel steering, and it's set up to spread salt in the wintertime. So I've got the box on the back. I took the spreader off. The spreader goes on this rod right here, and it's up against the garage over there, right there, because I don't want to damage it. We replaced 2 of those last year, and they're $1,800 a piece, so yeah, needless to say, I am not buying a new one. So the Bobcat tool cat, what an implement. Really, really nice. Okay, the final lift is in, and my son's compacting it. So I'm gonna go get some torpedo sand. I've got my screed poles laying off to the side, ready to go. So, hey, we're gonna get going on this project. Okay, the base rock is laid in, it's compacted, and now we're putting in the sand. And these are screed poles, and all they are is 3/4 inch EMT. And the outside diameter of 3/4 inch EMT is 1 inch. So that guarantees I have 1 inch of sand on top of this rock. Then we'll lay our bricks on top of the sand, compact the bricks into the sand, and then we can put our polymeric sand in to seal it. Okay, I pulled this pole out, and now I've got to fill it in with sand. That little gap that it left, there's extra sand right along the sidewalk there that I can use, and there's a little bit of sand on top here, plus I've still got the majority of a bucket. So yeah, that's the next step. Fill that in with sand, and then I can start laying bricks. Okay, this little project is on its way to being started good. And it's around 7 o'clock. So I've been working on this project for 12 hours, and I'm tired. So I hear a cold stag calling me. Anyway, we're got a real good start on it, and once I get down there to the end of that pole right there, I'll be able to run a straight line that way, and be running a straight line that way, and then a straight line across there. So this is all the cutting I'm going to have to do, is these pieces right in here. That's all the cuts I'm going to do, because I'm going to make it work. I'm going to lay the number of bricks that I need in order to end up where I need to end up. If I come up a little short, I come up a little short. That's the way it is. That's the way I'm going to lay it. So I want minimal cutting. I have a 4-inch grinder, and that's what I'm going to be cutting these things off with. So yeah, I want minimal cutting. Stay tuned. We're going to finish this project. Good morning, everybody. It's day 3 of the patio build. First day was digging the hole. Second day was putting in the base rock and starting the actual patio. This is day 3. We're going to lay the patio, and hopefully I'll be able to get all of my cuts done and get some polymeric in. It's 9 o'clock on July 3rd, and right now it's a beautiful morning. It's a wait and see as to how hot it's going to get. But anyway, these are repurposed bricks. We've got a stack of them here. So we're going to make the best of it. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I hope you learned something. Stay tuned. Getting down to the nitty-gritty. I've got a 10-foot section here, and then it looks like about a 5-foot section over there, maybe 6. May not go that far, I don't know. But anyway, we're getting to the point where we're going to have to make some decisions. So, yeah, looking real good. That's good. It's all compacted and all cut in. The next step is to sweep in the polymeric, and then we'll compact the polymeric in, wet it down, and walk away. That's not too bad. It's 35 at the short point down there, and it's about 37 at the long point. So we got a pretty good sized patio. Okay, the polymeric is swept in. It's not swept off, it's just swept in. Now I have to vibrate it and sweep it in again. Then a light blow with the blower, get the loose dust off of it, and I can wet it down. Okay, it's vibrated in. Now I gotta sweep it down and wet it. Okay, the polymeric is in. So this project is done. I wet it down and it needs to sit for a few minutes, and then I'll wet it down again and let that soak in good, and we'll call this well done. Anyway, I hope you liked this little video. Thanks for staying this long. If you did, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Again, thanks for watching.